morning, students. I'm dealing organic synthesis paper in second MSc Organic Chemistry. Today I would like to explain about Unit 2, that is formation of CC double bond. Before going to explain that topic, I would like to explain types of organic reactions. Generally, organic reactions are four types: substitution, addition, elimination reactions, and rearrangement reaction. Substitution reactions are those reactions in which one functional group is replaced by other functional group. And elimination reactions are those reactions which involves elimination of a molecule or group from that reactant molecule. And addition reactions are those reactions in which addition of a molecule takes place. And finally, rearrangement reactions are those reactions in which rearrangement of a molecule takes place. Out of these four reactions, we have in our syllabus elimination reactions. So I would like to explain about elimination reactions. Elimination reactions involves the loss of element from the starting material to form a new pi bond in the product. Generally, to explain these elimination reactions, alkyl halides we consider. Alkyl halides undergo elimination reactions in the presence of Bronsted bases to form alkene. So the general expression of elimination reaction is represented below. So alkyl halide, either primary alkyl halide and or secondary alkyl halide react with Bronsted base to form a alkene. So here base, what is the nature of base? Base which abstract hydrogen plus from molecule. So it forms a carbocation first and then it gives product. Generally HX, here X is nothing but leaving group. Those leaving groups are represented as below. Like X is nothing but halogens, OH, OR, N2 plus, N3 and so on. This is the general expression of, general equation of elimination reaction. These elimination reactions are divided into three types: alpha elimination, beta elimination and gamma elimination. Alpha elimination is nothing but those elimination reaction in which two or more groups are eliminated from same carbon atom. So it is also called as 1-1 elimination. And beta elimination reactions, those elimination reactions in which two or more groups are eliminated from adjacent carbon atoms. That's why this elimination is also called as 1-2 elimination. And finally, gamma elimination. Gamma elimination is nothing but those elimination reaction in which two or more groups are eliminated from 1-3 positions of carbon atom. That's why it is called 1-3 elimination also. Generally, most of the organic reactions involve elimination reactions as beta elimination. This beta elimination is further divided into E1 beta elimination. It is also called as E1 elimination and E2 elimination and E1 CB elimination. So these E1, E2, E1 CB elimination reactions are we see E1, E2, E1 CB eliminations in 1-2 carbon atom, adjacent carbon atom. So first of all, I would like to explain E1 reactions or E1 elimination reactions. E1 elimination reactions are explained by considering general reaction and mechanism involved in it and kinetics of E1 reaction. Third one, stereochemistry, regioselectivity of E1 elimination reaction. Finally, carbocation rearrangement involved in E1 elimination reaction. First of all, I would like to explain about reaction and mechanism. Reaction and mechanism of E1 elimination reaction. This E1 elimination reaction is explained by considering 2-bromo-2-methyl propane reacts with water to give 2-methyl propene. Here 2-methyl propene as a product. So in that we see new pi bond formation takes place. This reaction mechanism was explained as generally on going to mechanism of E1 reactions, it is similar that of SN1 reaction, but major difference is in SN1 reaction there is a nucleophilic substitution takes place, but in E1 elimination reaction here elimination takes place. That is the difference between E1 reaction and SN1 reaction. So to explain the mechanism of E1 reaction, first of all I would like to consider a alkyl halide. It is a tertiary alkyl bromide. So generally this E1 elimination reaction takes place in two steps. First step is a slow step or rate determining step, and second step is a fast step. In first step only rate determining step, that is either carbocation. Here carbocation is formed as a intermediate. So the formation of a carbocation we see in first step only, and second step these formed carbocation decompose it to form product. So basically these E1 elimination reactions follows two steps. On going to kinetics of E1 reactions, kinetics is nothing but rate of the reaction or speed of the reaction takes place. In how many seconds, how many time it will take. So on considering E1 elimination reactions, the rate of the reaction mainly depends on only alkyl halide, not depends on the base, Bronsted base we are used in this reaction. So rate is directly proportional to concentration of alkyl halide, whatever it alkyl halide, either primary, secondary, tertiary. So rate is directly proportional to concentration of alkyl halide. So we remove proportionality constant, we represent a constant K. So rate equals to K into concentration of alkyl halide. Here K is rate constant. So next, third step, stereochemistry involved in E1 elimination reaction. To explain the stereochemistry involved in elimination reactions, E1 elimination reaction, we consider cyclic compounds. Cyclic compounds, already we all know cyclic compounds having four stability forms. Boat, twisted boat, chair, half chair. Out of these four forms, more stable form is chair form. So that's why I represent cyclic compound, cyclohexane derivative in the form of chair form only. Already we all know stability of cyclohexane. So cyclohexane has four conformations. Out of these four conformations, it has more stable conformation as equatorial. Here cyclic compounds, for example we consider cyclohexane. Here cyclohexane, the hydrogen present at the top most position is represented as axial, and the CH3 which is adjacent to hydrogen is represented as equatorial position methyl group, and the Cl which is adjacent to CH3 from hydrogen side is in equatorial position, and CH3 which is adjacent to chlorine is also represented in axial position. Generally in cyclohexane, equatorial forms are more stable, not axial forms, because if we present Cl, chlorine atom in axial positions, there is an involvement of 1,3 interactions, 1,3 diaxial interactions. That's why we place the chlorine atom in equatorial position only. So already I said elimination reactions takes place in two steps. First step, we add base. Second step, and decomposition of the carbocation. I mean intermediate formed in the first step decompose it to form a product. So first we add Brownstein base. Here methyl alcohol is a base. It acts as a base. So first of all base which abstract H plus ions, but it is a weak base. That's why it it remove Cl from cyclohexane as Cl minus to form carbocation represented in the given equation. So first step we see carbocation formation, and second step the hydrogen which is present adjacent to methyl group is eliminated, so eliminated as H plus. So that carbon has negative charge, so negative charge, and this carbocation both are involved in bond formation to form alkene as a product. Next, reactivity of E1 reaction. Reactivity is nothing but when a product formation takes place in a reaction, two unequal amount of the product formation takes place. Thus, this is nothing but reactivity. I mean unequal, 50-50, either 50-40, 40-50, whatever it. Unequal amount of the mixture takes place in a reaction is nothing but reactivity. So we consider reactivity of the E1 reaction. To explain the reactivity of the E1 reaction, generally we consider 2-chloro-2-methyl butane. It reacts with water to form two products. One is major, one is minor. That's why it is also called as a reactivity. Unequal. Here major means it formed in major quantity. Minor means it formed in minor quantity. Out of these two products, 2-methyl-2-butene is formed as major product and 2-methyl-1-butene is formed as minor product. This product formation is explained by considering the mechanism of the reaction. Stereochemistry of the E1 reaction. Generally we all know stereochemistry. Stereochemistry explains what is the basic nature of the molecule, I mean product. Either in that product formation syn or anti-elimination takes place, or E or Z isomers formation takes place, or R and S isomers formation takes place. All things are explained by taking stereochemistry of that reaction. So I am explaining E1 elimination reaction by taking stereochemistry of E1 elimination reaction. This E1 elimination reaction, both syn and anti-elimination can occur. I will explain by taking below equation. Suppose we consider this equation. Here it is also alkyl halide. It reacts with alcohol. Alcohol is nothing but base to form a carbocation and halide. This is the first step. This carbocation decompose it to form product. It gives two products. Already I will tell you. E1 reactions follow reactivity. So that's why it gives two products. One is major, another one is minor. So first one, 3,4 dimethyl 3-hexane as a major product and 3,4 dimethyl 3-hexane as a minor product. What is the basic difference? Both are same functional group and same elements and same structural isomerism involved in it, but first one is E form and second one is Z form. E form is nothing but if two functional group or two groups present same side of the double bond is known as Z isomer. If the two groups present opposite forms of the double bond is called as E form. Here E form and Z form, EZ isomers are formed in even elimination reaction, but even elimination reaction major product is a E isomer. I mean E isomer mean alkene in which bulkier substituents are on opposite sides of the double bond. So these resoselectivity explained by considering these resoselectivity is explained by considering many of the reactions, I mean many of the examples. Next I would like to explain about energy level diagram for even elimination reaction of 2-chloro-2-methyl butane. Already I explained 2-chloro-2-methyl butane in the above equation. So next I would like to explain the energy diagram for the even elimination reaction of 2-chloro-2-methyl butane. Here we consider 2-chloro-2-methyl butane react with water to form an intermediate carbocation in the middle step. Next it decomposes to form two products. Here two products, one of the product is represented as a red arrow, I mean red line, and other product is represented as green arrow. This is the energy level, I mean energy diagram of even elimination reaction. Next and finally we explain the intermediate rearrangement, I mean intermediate stability. Here even elimination reaction intermediate is carbocation. So now I would like to explain about carbocation rearrangement. This carbocation rearrangement is explained by considering one of the reaction. So we consider 3-chloro-2-methyl 2-phenyl butane. It undergo even elimination reaction in the presence of the alcohol. So first of all carbocation formation takes place in the first step. This carbocation is a secondary carbocation. We identify the carbocation as a secondary carbocation. So next the secondary carbocation undergo decomposition to form, before it undergo 1,2-methyl shift. 1,2-methyl shift is nothing but methyl group is shifted from adjacent carbon, I mean methyl group is shifted from first carbon to second carbon. That's why it give stable carbocation intermediate. Out of the secondary carbocation and tertiary carbocation, which is more stable? Tertiary carbocation is more stable. That's why the secondary carbocation is undergo rearrangement to form tertiary carbocation to get stability. This tertiary carbocation decompose to form finally product as 2-methyl 3-phenyl 2-butene. This carbocation rearrangement is explained by considering another example like 4-bromo-1-pentene. It react with alcohol, I mean methanol, to form a secondary carbocation. It undergo 1,2-hydrate shift. Here 1,2-methyl shift, 1,2-hydrate shift, whatever it is the basic rule to form stable carbocation. Whatever shift is maybe either methyl, hydrogen, ethyl, whatever it, but basically we get stable carbocation. Here we shift hydrate from 1 to carbon, we get secondary allylic carbocation. Secondary allylic carbocation is more stable than secondary carbocation. That's why these secondary carbocation formed in the first step undergo 1,2 hydrate shift to form secondary allylic cation. This secondary allylic cation undergo decomposition, undergo further reaction to form 1,3 pentadiene. Next, these stereochemistry, resoselectivity of E1 elimination reactions are explained by considering 1-bromo 2,3 dimethyl cyclohexane. Cyclohexane, already I told you, cyclohexane more stable form is a chair form, so that's why I consider cyclohexane in chair form. So this is 1-bromo 2,3 dimethyl cyclohexane. It reacts with methanol to give carbocation as an intermediate. Here carbocation is secondary carbocation. Next, to get stability, this secondary carbocation undergo 1,2 hydrate shift to form tertiary carbocation. These tertiary carbocation undergo elimination, the hydrogen which is present axial position is eliminated, so we get negative charge on that carbon, so double bond formation takes place. Finally we get alkene as a product. This is reaction, even elimination reaction in 1-bromo 2-methyl cyclohexane. Next, I would like to explain reactivity order of alkyl halides in E1 reactions. Generally, generally carbocation stability is explained. Tertiary benzylic group, tertiary benzylic carbocation has a more stable carbocation. These tertiary benzylic carbocation stability is nearly equal to tertiary allylic carbocation. So tertiary benzylic carbocation is equals to tertiary allylic carbocation less than secondary benzylic carbocation is equals to secondary allylic carbocation equals to tertiary less than primary benzylic carbocation is equals to primary allylic carbocation is equals to secondary allylic carbocation less than primary less than vinyl. So we see these reactivity of carbocations. Tertiary benzylic carbocation gets more stable than remaining carbocations, and vinyl carbocation gets least stable. Generally, reactivity of alkyl halides in E1 reactions are considered as Ri less than Rbr less than Rcr less than Rf. Here R means alkyl group. Already I will told you alkyl halides only undergo E1 elimination reactions. Generally halides we are considered as fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Out of these 4 halide groups, we have following reactivity order, that is Ri, alkyl iodide less than alkyl bromide less than alkyl chloride less than alkyl fluoride. That's why we consider main reactions in which alkyl halide as alkyl chloride. Thank you.